What is up, guys? It's going to be another premiere, I would say, today, and it's because of you guys. You guys requested yesterday when we were looking at the behind the scenes of how advice was made. Today we're going to be looking at the behind of the scenes, how the photo shoot was done. A little bit of a thing before I get into the video though with TAEMIN and advice at the photo shoot. I just want to say that I am actually a little bit sad that we're going to wait a little bit until we see the next video with TAEMIN in it. I know that Shiny is supposed to release another song in June or July, which I'm excited for. We're going to be there, so if you want me to, or you basically want to see me review it, then please just make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification button so you know when I upload that video, because that's going to come very soon. And even though TAEMIN is going to be in the army, I heard that he is going to be in the video as well, which is super cool, and it makes me very excited. But I'm going to tell you one thing. TAEMIN was actually the reason why I started making YouTube videos. He was the reason why I thought K-pop videos are very extraordinary. And he's not the only one that makes extraordinary videos, but he's really on the top of the tier when it comes to music videos. But today we're going to be looking at the advice jacket photo shoot and behind the scenes, of course, with TAEMIN. And before I get into the video, I'm going to repeat this also at the end of the video. If you haven't yet, please make sure to consider my Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel, but also get some benefits with it. And on top of that, some of the money as well will go to charity for musical groups to support and sending instruments around the world, because I believe that music is still the one element that makes the world turn a little bit better. And, you know, I think everyone should have a chance to at least try to play instruments, singing, and maybe have a future in it. You never know what skills people have. So I want to support that, and I think that will be a good cause as well. But let's not waste any more time, and let's actually jump into the video. Again, I'm not going to edit this in any way heavy because I want to keep it very neutral, because I want to react to it very naturally. I don't want to make it come over very, how do I say it? Fake, I would say. I don't want it to come over in any way like I prepared for it. I looked at the first 30 seconds of the video, but I didn't really go further to it because I thought, okay, we want to review it all together. And I would say, why not? Let's jump into it. And also, before I start, actually, I do want to say, as a photographer, I did photography for weddings. I did some for photo shoots. I understand the basics of it. When it comes to real complex setups, I'm not really that professional, but it's still interesting to see what actually happens here, because whether you do filming or whether you do photos, it's all the same. It all jumps in the same basket. So I would just say, let's jump into it and see what TAEMIN has to offer in his jacket photo shoot. Again, this hand movement, I think this is really his unique thing, and I think it's great. For people who are interested to why he moves, it's just a common thing that a lot of people use. It's just a natural way to capture people in their moment, and someone being stiff really looks fake, and it's always good for people to move around very slowly within the same setup, within the same idea that was put into the photo shoot, and they just go with it.
네, 세 번째 미니 앨범 촬영 현장입니다. 이번 앨범에서는 좀 자유롭고 좀 그런 뭐랄까 방탄한 근데 그런 뭔가 대비되는 그런 컨셉으로 지금.
See, this was the part that I also heard about, that he always likes to show contrast in his videos and in his art or in his music or in his anything he does. And I think that's really cool. I really love contrasts. I love when it really goes from angel to devil kind of thing, or black and white, sharp to not sharp. I really just like contrasts in works. I think they're always interesting to analyze, and it's always fun to see two sides to a story. I think that's always just a great way of looking at it.
그래서 여기가 저의 이제 놀이터가 되는 거죠. 그래서 저희
When it comes to the location, I just want to say this is very nice as a location. The main reason why is that this is most likely a rundown place, a rundown factory that is not in use anymore. And the machines are there, it looks very rustic. And I think it's a great way to actually do a photo shoot, to do it in a place that is already very interesting to look at. It's natural, it's a place that is accessible, it's realistic, it's not behind a green screen or a white screen or whatever type of background you want to fake. I love real environments. It's just so much nicer to interact with them. And yeah, great. I do exactly the same. If I have the chance, I would just look for locations that already exist, people don't go to, and do a photo shoot there. It looks much cooler. I don't know if you guys see it. Do you see this black dot on the screen? There's something on the lens, and it's going to be there over the entire video. Just have a look here as well. You see it here? It's still there. They could have cleaned the lens, but hey, it's only a small dot. I will be honest though that it's very interesting what they actually do here, because this is old metal, okay? This stuff is dirty, but I love how they still interact with it. It doesn't matter how clean TAEMIN is, I just love how they use the elements the way they are, and it looks really good. And they're not scared, you know, to get dirty a little bit. I think that's very nice. You see, looking around, looking all natural, different quick poses, just expressions, showing what he wants to do. See, all natural, a little bit dirty on the hands. To be honest, first I was thinking, okay, maybe he's a little bit of a, let's just say he's not that strong in the neck, you know? Doesn't really matter. I'll be honest, to get hit in the necklace hurts a lot. I've had it many times when I was once wearing a necklace and it jumps up and hits you on the side. It actually hurts when it hits the collarbone. And on top of that, I think it's good what he did here with rubbing the skin a little bit, because it gets the blood flowing and there's a smaller chance of it actually causing a blue mark. At least this is what I heard. I don't know if he's aware of it or maybe he just massaged the pain away, but it's still good. Very interesting equipment actually that I've never seen before. Do you guys see this little thing they have on the lens? I think this is a piece of plastic to kind of give a understanding on how the photo will look like without looking in the lens itself. Because it is an ND filter, maybe it's just so interesting to see what equipment they use generally. I think this is the ND filter that they put. It's a very big ND filter. I'm used to the ones that you just screw on, but this is actually much more versatile. I think this is so much quicker to replace them. Really nice as well. But what I was trying to say is it's also a very good reference point, because when you look through it, you can get kind of a look to see what you see in the photo as well. Interesting as well, though it's a real public location, and I bet a lot of people just don't care about it, in all honesty. They still are playing music in the background just to relax the tone a little bit. And that's something that I've done as well in the past, that when I was on photo shoots or video shoots for certain clients, it was so much easier to film when there was a bit of music, because the brain relaxes when it hears a tune, and you just ask the people to play their type of music they want to, and they just get very relaxed with it. So if you're in a photo shoot or you are basically in a video shoot and you want to relax the people you're filming, play some music. And if the music, of course, is not important, then do it. But if you need to record a voiceover when they're talking, don't play music. That is a small little key, I would say. I love the aesthetic though. I mean, I love the clothes that he's wearing as well. It's all this sandy white color, very warm, fits the skin tone, and it fits the exteriors as well from this entire building. It looks really, really cool. It's a very dirty lens though. Like, my, do you see all these marks on the glass? It looks really bad. If it was me, oh my god, it just gets worse. If I saw this on my camera, like, this is very visible. To get these dirt on you, I don't know if this is on the sensor or on the glass itself. That's dirty. That is real dirty. Jesus, it's literally everywhere. Like, it's nuts. It's just like small things that I'll be like, oh my god, I wouldn't be able to do it. By the way, I just want to stop a little bit for a second. I was reading one of the comments. I don't know if you can read it, but it says here, like, can't believe we got to look at TAEMIN for free. He's too beautiful. Okay, let's forget that part that he's too beautiful. I just want to mention the part with looking at TAEMIN for free. I'll be honest, the views they got here is 120k. That is maybe, and I'm only saying maybe, a couple €100 that they made from this entire video on YouTube. But the production of this entire photo shoot is going to cost a few thousand. It's a really expensive thing to do. I just want to point it out. What software are they actually using here? I think they're just importing videos. I think they're not editing yet, but it's really cool that they're also looking at the photos right on the spot. I want to look at the lens. It's a 28mm wide angle. That means I need to get, for my camera, it's 14mm. That's wide. Nice to know. And at f9, that's really cool as well. Looks really, really good. Always good to see what people use as equipment as reference points, because look, if you're looking for a certain style, you need a certain type of camera and a certain type of lens. So might as well look at what they use. His hair color is really nice. They did a fantastic job there. Really, really good. It's amazing how quick these photos are being taken, you know, you know, it keeps on going, going, going. And that's one thing that I always say as well. It's the same as video shooting, it's the same as photography. Keep shooting when you're on location. You just never know what photo is going to be better than the other. I just think shooting a lot of photos is always better. You can always delete photos, but if you miss a photo or miss an opportunity, you'll have to redo it, or you just didn't know it even existed. So better just take a lot of photos. Very dirty location though. I'm gonna be honest, I have a feeling they didn't even plan for what type of photos they need. I think they really just went on location. They had a rough idea, of course, but I really think that they're just roughballing it a bit, you know, to see what is going to be cool. But I think it looks great anyway. Looks really good. I love the old rustic look to it. It's very nice, it's very natural, and it's a really nice compared to just what you see in the studio. Really well done here. Nice locations. Oh, what is this on the floor? Are they the angles?
어떤 모양으로 띄어야 될까요?
하나, 둘, 셋.
This is so interesting though. I want to know what this is on the floor. I've never seen this in any type of video shoot.
또 이제 스튜디오로 이어서 촬영을 진행할 텐데.
In a studio, let's have a little look what he has to offer.
모니터를 사진을 봤는데
Let's have a little look.
저도 기대가 많이 되고요. 여러분들 꼭 체크해 주세요.
Nice. A lot of you guys were actually disappointed that they didn't play a little bit more with the chess pieces in advice. Like, I can understand why, because if you look at the photos, everything is related to chess. The floor, the pieces, even his outfit is, you know, black and white, and the checkered pattern on his shirt. I wonder why they didn't do more with it. But I really think it has less to do with chess, and I think it has more to do with the contrast. I think this is the bigger thing that he was aiming for. He wasn't just thinking about chess as chess, he was more thinking about black versus white. And one of the most iconic games, or most iconic things that people know is black and white, is actually chess. Really nice. It's amazing how quick these flashes are. I mean, where's my flash? I don't have my flash here right now, but it doesn't flash this quick. Like, that is really quick. That's a really good flash. There's his hair extensions. It looks really good though. Wait, these are not the extensions yet. Or? I think they are, because I think he has shorter hair. Really nice actually to listen to. I want to have a little look at these photos actually. Really interesting photos if you think about it. The reflection of the leg of the table being interfered with TAEMIN itself. So I wonder, can you see these photos anywhere? Like, does anyone know where to get them? Just put it in the chat box actually, because I would love to know. A little bit of an unsharp photo though. Like, why is this really unsharp? I don't get that. Maybe because they're moving it? Not really sure. But just tell me if... Let me have a look. If you can look at these photos somewhere online. It would be great to see them. I mean, I cannot imagine they shot 1 million photos and they're not going to publicize them. It would be interesting to know where to find them. I would love to have a look at them. I really like all the small little details that they have with this photo shoot generally, but also in his video shoots. It's always these small little artistic things that look so cool. I mean, this handpiece, you know, it's only like maybe 1/100th of the photo, but it just looks so intense compared to the rest. I mean, just look how great it looks on his entire posure. It just looks fantastic. Can someone actually explain to me? I've seen a lot of women do this. Can someone explain to me what this actually does? Like, isn't it just supposed to clean the lipstick from the, I think from the side of the lips? Just correct me if I'm wrong, actually. Very nice, actually, just to look at the way everything is done. So relaxing. But at the same time, I also know how much pressure he feels. It's really weird to be in front of a camera and to pose for something. It's either you have it or you don't have it. I think TAEMIN has it. I think he's a little bit more relaxed in it because he's used to it. But for someone new to start doing modeling, it's tough. I've talked to several models where they think that it looks easy, then you put them in front of the camera and they cannot be serious when it comes to a look or a posture or, you know, being part of the photograph. And as you can see with TAEMIN, he really understands how to be in a certain scene. I mean, he's just a professional in his work. And I'm gonna be honest, the one thing what is blows my mind a little bit is actually the way you see TAEMIN here is very relaxed, and everything he does here is very simple. It's very easy to lie down and, you know, hold yourself a little bit and look at the camera with a certain expression. It looks very simple, doesn't it? But to do it in real and to get the right photo, you really need to make sure that you work with the right photographer, because to capture the right angle, you can also look very bad in a certain posture like this. From the wrong angle, anything can look bad. Looks really good though, I must say. Looks really nice. Very nice to look at the photos. I want to have a little look at the photos again. I mean, of course, this is going to be me, you know, if I'm looking at this through a camera, because you're not looking at the display directly. I'm not looking at the original file. It looks a little bit overexposed, but of course you can still edit it and fix it. But it looks really nice as photos, really nice lenses. Really nice video, I must say. And it's also sadly the last video that we have with TAEMIN. Like at the moment, I don't know if there's anything else going to come out. I don't know if anything better is going to come out. But I'm really just happy to see all these small little things, you know, all the small little behind the scenes. Because, you know, from a photographer's point of view, looking at this video, it's for me just... how do I clarify it basically? For me, it's all about learning. And looking at these videos, you see how much effort has to go into a photo shoot. When I was starting off my business at the very beginning, when I was just getting into it, and this was in 2014, I wasn't really sure how easy it was going to be or how hard it was going to be. I always thought it was just like, take a camera somewhere, film it, photograph it, do something with it, and it's done. There is so much preparation that has to go in all these videos. And the more I got into this work, the harder it actually got, like the more time it took. Because, you know, when you have clients that have high expectations, you have to prepare to meet their expectations or do better. And for me, I always try to do better. But from a photographer's point of view, I think this looks really good. I mean, we can go through it again, basically. And while I'm just talking through it, I just want to say I was really happy to find out a lot about the K-pop world. I'm really happy to find a lot about TAEMIN. I think he's a fantastic artist, and I think he is really just finding himself with every project he does. I still think he didn't find what he was looking for. I know he has his own style, but I have a feeling that he's still trying to aim to get something unique going, to get something good going, and to find his own unique entity, I would say. And for me, I think that's great. I think for someone like this, he's, I think 27, if not mistaken, or 26. My age, I also feel exactly like him. I still feel like I didn't reach what I want to reach in my life. And it's good. It's good that you keep on trying these things out. I think you should always push yourself to the next limit because that's how you find yourself. And I just want to say that looking at people like this, you know, whether he's a super famous artist or he's just a starter, it's always good to look at where can you improve, what can you learn new, what can you do next to just become the better version of yourself, you know, with every step you take. And that is something that I adore about artists like this. You can really learn a lot from it. They put a lot out on YouTube. You can learn a lot from it, and you can see how all these things are made. And I hope I do the same to people who are interested in photography, videography, that you can basically learn from others. You know, you don't always have to make things or put a price tag on the stuff. You know, you can just tell people about your experiences, and maybe someone learns from it and maybe they don't. But if they do, fantastic. If they already knew it in advance, great as well. You know, it's all just about spreading the knowledge, because knowledge is what makes the world turn. Music is what makes the world turn. TAEMIN is what makes the world turn. But I'm really happy for what we see. Like, I feel a little bit sentimental now because it's a little bit like, when is the next video going to come with TAEMIN? You know, when is the next masterpiece going to come out? And it's really tough because I see a lot of K-pop groups out there that I think are doing a fantastic job at the moment. But, you know, some artists just have something unique. And for me, TAEMIN has that little bit of uniqueness, which makes him a little bit more special. And of course, I'm not saying he always has everything perfect. You know, no one is perfect, but they always try to perfectionize what they're doing. They always try to reach the next level. And I think that's the most important. And yeah, that is going to be my review on Advice and the photo shoot. I just love seeing these kind of production videos. I think they help me a lot. I think they'll help you guys a lot as well. And maybe just listening to it. I mean, for me, looking at it for the first time, it was really tough because I'm not really into that much photography. Like, yes, I do it, but to use all the expensive equipment, I'm not familiar with it, in all honesty. But look, I'm learning new stuff as well. I think using that type of filter, can we see it somewhere? Would be great to see it again. You know, it's always nice to see, you know, for example, how they use this kind of equipment, what kind of Canon lenses they're using. You know, it's all about just learning and seeing, okay, if I use that, that, and that, I might get similar results. That's the way you have to think. But for right now, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you did enjoy the video, like always, just make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the ring bell, whatever notification button as well. And like I already said, if you haven't yet, please make sure you check out the Patreon. As mentioned, for me, it's also going to support the channel a little bit. But on the other hand as well, it's also going to support charities based on music. I really want to focus a lot on music charities because, like I said, I deserve everyone has a chance to play an instrument or at least get involved into music, because it's a very interesting subject. I think I always enjoyed it. I cannot play any instruments. I used to DJ a lot. I'm really into music myself. I listen to it a lot. But like I said, I think everyone deserves that charity, and I think everyone deserves that chance to at least learn with an instrument at one point of their lives. And not everyone is living in a world where they have access to instruments. So I hope by donating to these charities, it will make it a little bit easier for these children or adults to get instruments in their life. I'll put a link in the chat on the side. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this unedited video. I try to keep it as neutral as possible. And I try to make... Well, let me jump back a little bit. I tried to be very happy going to the video because it's the last video, but then I realized it's the last video. I'm a little bit sentimental looking at the video. So yeah, that's it. And TAEMIN, good luck in the army, and I hope you really go and change the army, man. Do a good job there. So thank you very much, guys, and see you on the next review. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.